There's an old saying, when ships were made of wood, men were made of steel.
Come on, boys!
Come on!
In 1789, the crew of a British Navy ship rose up and overthrew their captain, William Bligh, in the infamous Mutiny on the Bounty. Bligh and a few loyal men were bundled into a tiny boat and abandoned in the middle of the Pacific. They should have died. Instead, they managed to sail 4,000 miles to safety. It remains one of the greatest survival feats of all time.
Start moving now. This is serious.
Now, for the first time, 9 men are following the same route, facing the same conditions, to measure themselves against history.
Back then, those guys were hard as nails. Can the modern day man endure such hardships?
Can't see shit! When I'm on my deathbed, I want to look back and say I did something amazing. There's nothing normal about being here. Nothing. There should be a bit more to life than working really hard and then getting smashed.
If we make it through, I think it's a huge triumph.
Oh my God! It's a shark!
We return, victors!
If we make one mistake, it's utter disaster.
We end up in the water, it's not a game, it's not a joke.
So far, the crew have spent 6 days at sea battling their first Pacific storm and each other.
Chris, stop jumping off of there! Don't tell me what to do, dickhead!
They're sailing in a replica of Captain Bligh's boat, with the same kit and same meager rations, filming the journey themselves. Now, at last, land is in sight.
Oh, that looks absolutely amazing!
They've made it to Yadua, one of the Fiji Islands, 600 miles into their 4,000-mile voyage. Like Bligh, they're stopping whenever they can to restock supplies, and Yadua has come in the nick of time. They are down to their last day of water. They'll be staying for 3 days, a chance to catch up on some much-needed rest. But there's no rest for their captain, Ant Middleton.
So many crabs. Look at this one, look.
Whoa!
Yeah, see? There's loads of them. Boom, another one. These crabs here, we will just catch in abundance. They're everywhere. I literally just spent 10 minutes crabbing and got 10 crabs. That'll make a nice soup.
First thing I went out and done was hunt. And then I came back and people are still sleeping around and there was just clothes everywhere.
We're not on a camping trip, okay? If it was raining right now, all his dry kit would be wet. I cannot afford for people to start going down because their kit's wet.
Back in the day of Bligh, you'd pay for your actions. If you'd done something wrong, Bligh would get a cutlass out.
People need to start bucking their ideas up. They need to start doing it now.
Ant heads into the interior to hunt for water. Their next sea crossing could take a week. They can't leave until they've found a fresh supply of water.
If you look on the beach as well, you see where the sand is cut away?
So there's got to be a water source around here.
Can you move your fingers for me?
Ship's doctor Luke is patching up the wounded.
In the last sort of few days, everyone's skin has basically exploded. It's a result of them getting totally drenched. Tell me if you feel like you're going to faint or anything. You all right?
Yeah.
Everything's 100 times more difficult when you're doing minor operations on a charred log in a jungle. I've never been on an expedition as the medic before, so that is a little bit overwhelming. But the doctor in Bligh's journey coped with the same sort of medical problems.
Oh my God.
The biggest challenge I've faced in my life is working in Sierra Leone during the Ebola epidemic in 2015. Seeing that unfold in front of you, there's no way that I could have just sat in South London not doing anything. It wasn't an option. I guess I have probably always wanted to help people. And I think that's probably the naffest thing you can say at a medical school interview. But, you know, that's definitely part of who I am.
Chris cut his leg on rocks 6 days ago.
Do not go down there! If you say to me, don't do it, stop it, I'm gonna fucking do it. If he gets injured, he's our responsibility. Jesus Christ, come on.
Chris needs to listen a bit more. He's going to make a lot of enemies otherwise.
Is that really sore down there, Chris?
Yeah.
There must have been a fair few of these in Bligh's day, right, Luke?
Yeah. They didn't even have antibiotics.
In the 18th century, disease and accidents meant the typical lifespan of a sailor was just 35 years. 20 years shorter than on land.
Chris has a nasty wound infection in his right leg. I don't think he's coping very well, and I'm quite worried about him.
There's got to be a water resource found here that... Oh, look at this! Look at it all, look. I'll have a quick drink out of this. Good? Oh, you don't know how happy I am. Look at that.
Back at camp, Ant discovers the men have ignored his instructions to keep everything shipshape.
Tools out, cups out. I've obviously been a bit too soft on them. Guys, let's all gather in around here 2 seconds. Whose is that?
Mine.
Whose is that?
Mine. This is all folded behind my bag though, because I need to wash it.
Mate, honestly, stop making excuses.
It's not an excuse. I didn't want to put it in the bag.
Stop making excuses. Stop making excuses.
But these are just campfire games, isn't it? No,
How's this campfire games? This is discipline, mate. This is discipline, what we need to get through this journey. I just want you to accept what I'm saying instead of getting on the defensive and trying to wiggle your way out of it. And if you can't keep your stuff in order here, how are you going to do it on the boat then? It's the #1 key for survival, really, is to get a fire going. If you can get a fire going, you're laughing.
Ant has to make fire, using the same tools as Captain Bligh.
It's not catching.
Remarkably, Bligh's journal survived the voyage.
Among the few things which had been thrown into the boat was a piece of brimstone and a tinderbox, so that I secured fire for the future.
Cool. Quick, put stuff on it.
It's their first hot meal in 10 days.
This is just really, really good, mate.
That crab is really lovely.
No, I left some in the boat.
The fact that it's warm as well and just warm meat. That's what I've actually longed for.
I feel like you literally looked after them for the last 8 days, 9 days. I'm used to managing military personnel where it's a case of if you don't do it, you're gone. I need them to step up.
So, Ant, do you miss the SBS?
Yeah, I do, mate. I miss it a lot. And the only thing I really miss is combat, though.
Really?
Yeah.
What about it? What about combat?
I just miss the intensity of it. I miss the bond with the lads.
Yeah.
And that thrill of going through that door, not knowing what's on the other side.
If you miss going through doors and not knowing who's on the other side, you should like get into pizza delivery.
There you go. Right, guys, this next leg is basically going to be over to you guys, okay? No more passengers on this vessel. I need you to step up, and I know that you've got the capability to do it. Chris, you know you've been a sort of liability and on this last trip. Keep that sharp. Show us by your actions, mate. Okay, Ben, you are an asset to the team, but I think you lack self-belief. You're a very, very capable person, but I think it's up here that you lack it, okay?
Everyone has their flaws. To say you haven't got any flaws is delusion. But I've taken it on board. I'm going to just be more proactive. Hopefully, I can learn a lot more about sailing.
I've never been a liability in my whole life. So I've got to respond correctly now. And that just relies on me trying my best to constantly push through these injuries and keep myself going on the boat.
On the next leg of their voyage, the crew will be at sea for at least a week. Ahead of them lies 700 miles of open ocean.
Ready, boss?
Yep.
I want you to really pull down on that really hard, okay?
All right. Good work, guys.
Big wave!
I went right up my arse.
The weather much better, which rejoiced all hands. A fine morning I had the pleasure to see. Produced some cheerful countenances, and we found a little warmth from the sun.
Hey, let's surf this, baby!
I tell you what, it feels so much better to be back at sea now.
The talk this morning seems to have worked. They seem to, they've got that little spark in them now. I just gave them that little spark, and I'm really happy they've reacted to it.
Oh, you bastard! Yes, Right, it's quite a good bit of breeze here. I think we can shake the reef out the main.
Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna dip the main.
In 1789, Captain Bligh relied on the trade winds to take his boat west, towards the island group of Vanuatu, a 500-mile voyage that took 8 days. Ant is setting the same course, hoping to follow in Bligh's footsteps.
Oh, shit! Oh, my fucking God. All my gear's wet.
Chris has paid the price for not putting his clothes away.
That is, I mean, the most. What are we into this leg? Not even fucking 2 hours, not even an hour.
Chris, he's not going to help moaning about it, mate.
No, I know, but I need to.
I know, but the finest salute, mate. When we're happy sailing,
is that
when
okay?
things are a bit calmer.
Just shit.
13 days into the voyage, the men are missing home.
If you could have any food right now, what would you have?
I want to eat so much chocolate that I'm physically sick.
I am desperate.
All I want to eat is just pizza and doner kebabs and cheeseburgers. Food. I'm going to miss food the most. Real food.
Burger?
I'll have that one, mate. I'm one of those people that can eat and eat and eat. I try to put on weight for this. I eat basically a tub of Ben & Jerry's and a pie for breakfast every day for a couple of weeks. And I lost like 600 grams. The sea part I'm very confident in. I've been sailing my entire life. My father served in the Falklands as a ship's doctor on HMS Active, and I think it's probably him that I have to blame about loving sailing so much. I think it's quite likely I could lose some innocence on this. Go in very sort of fresh-faced, come out this gaunt sort of shell of a man with like really sparse facial hair because I can't grow a full beard or anything like that.
The crew are back on their 400-calorie-a-day regime. Dinner is one ship's biscuit, plus a few grams of dried meat.
The day showed to me a poor, miserable set of beings, full of wants, without anything to relieve them. Some complained of a great pain in their bowels.
The Bligh diet is also taking its toll on Freddie.
Fred, you have had a shit. You're such a liar.
I promise you,
You must have, Fred.
I promise you, mate. I swear on my life, I haven't.
You must have had a ghost shit somewhere. Not even known it.
Well, it's just dropped out.
Yeah.
If anything kind of sums up this trip, we're in the most epic, sweeping, like, once-in-a-lifetime location in the most fucking cramped, uncomfortable conditions and listening to someone talking about their inability to poo.
What would happen if I did get poo?
Or your bowel could explode.
I don't want that to happen. That'd be really shit.
The men are desperate to catch a fish. But like Bligh's crew before them, they've had no luck. Chris blames the state of the equipment.
This fishing bag's just an absolute disgrace. I've been fishing most of my life and like I've never seen fishing kits, so...
Well, you've got the expertise, so fix it.
But even like, what the bloody hell's this? It's attached to 2 bloody lines. Oh no, hang on, that's 1.
We'll just sort it out, and then you can catch some fish.
It's not as easy said than as done.
All right, we'll just chuck it all overboard and let's just leave it then.
There's lines wrapped round lines, wrapped round lines.
Guys, can we stop fucking whinging and moaning? If there's a problem with the boat or there's a problem with something, fucking sort it out.
I'm just saying.
Chris,
I'm just saying.
Chris, shut up for 2 seconds, Chris. Chris, shut up for 2 seconds. There's fucking stuff wrong with the boat all the time. And do you know what I do? I fucking get on with it. I don't fucking moan about it. I want you to be proactive. I want you to use your initiative, and I want you to go, do you know what? This is in shit state, but do you know what? We're going to sort this out. On that note, I'm having a fucking coconut.
Big cloud formation, so there's Sirius right at the top. Sirius stratus.
We're gonna get rain, Freddie.
I think we might. Because it looks like there's a bit of weather on the way.
I might get my shit on just because Connor's putting his shit on.
No, I'm getting my shit together.
The men are sailing into a part of the globe where the trade winds clash, causing sudden and violent storms.
Like, make sure your shit's put away. Make sure your house is in order.
We've got to get everything lashed down.
So I need them to switch on. Buckle down, grit your teeth, and let's get this job done.
Ant decides it's a good moment to try one of Captain Bligh's tricks to boost morale.
Right, guys, I reckon a little tot of rum tonight. Sam, do you want to do the honours for the rum?
Bligh's onboard larder included a barrel of rum.
Oh, it's got to be good.
Boys.
Cheers, everyone. Cheers, Sam.
Cheers, Sam.
In 1789, sailors got a triple shot every day as part of their wages.
The little rum I had was of great service to us. I generally served a teaspoon or two to each person, and it was always joyful tidings when they heard of my intentions.
How nice is that?
Fucking love drink.
The men are split into 2 watches, 4 hours on duty, 4 hours off.
Can you wake Chris up?
Go now.
Chris.
It's not the first time that Chris has failed to get up for his watch.
Chris? Go on, mate. You're on.
I'm away. To me, the real big challenge is, you know, dealing with other people and being able to work as a team with these guys.
Chris?
Yeah.
Can you just wake yourself up and get yourself alert, mate? I want you to be awake and alert.
I am. I really don't like when people want to baby me through something and, oh, you've got to do this and you've got to do it that way. It's one of my absolute pet hates in life.
You know, if we have a big storm tomorrow, I need to know that you can be fucking right there, sorting the shit out.
He's used to, I'm the man. This is my boat. What I say goes. And when I want to stop, I'll stop and sleep and no one tells me what to do. You just need to learn to be a team player.
Fucking hell!
At daybreak, the weather turns.
Oh my God, that was awful.
Today the swells are absolutely ginormous. Spray everywhere. The boat's like a little bathtub. Just getting on with it and just surviving, which is what Bligh's men would have been doing.
So Bligh says, Monday, May the 11th, strong gales from the south-southeast
and very squally weather. The sea was constantly breaking over us, and we had no choice how to steer. For we were obliged to keep before the waves to avoid filling the boat.
I think Bligh's journal is haunting us. It's just so accurate.
They don't die on the next page, do they?
Hope not.
We all went to a Chinese buffet on the next page.
The winds ease, and Carpenter Ben wants to master the art of helming.
Oh.
Good morning.
You bastard.
Oh, look, mate. It's a boat, isn't it? It's going to get wet sometime.
Is that due to helming?
Nah.
Yeah, really should go with the waves.
This should cut through them, though, wouldn't it?
I think I'm having a bit of like a quarter-life crisis. My friends kind of have left me behind.
Cheers, anyway.
Now everyone, they get like married or have kids, and I'm still living like with my mum and dad. I am gonna miss the old lager. I want to not just be that guy that drank 20 pints and did a load of shots and it was a legend for one night. So I really want to challenge myself to find out what's in there.
Cheers, Ben. Cheers,
Ben. I think I might be able to find it at sea.
Don't try and fight it on the tiller.
Yeah.
And then as soon as that wave's finished, as soon as you're at the bottom, push it right over. You feeling up for a little bit?
Yeah, I'll give it a little go.
How's that feel?
Just thinking compass, waves and everyone else constantly. Really cautious that there's 5 guys sleeping and I've got all their welfare in my hands.
Try not to get your head in the compass too much, Ben.
Yeah.
Try and read the waves. That's good, mate. Good effort, that.
There must be a certain thing in all of us, it must be a little bit mental. The normal bloke wouldn't want to put himself in a situation, really. I love it. Makes you feel alive a bit, doesn't it?
Ben, good shift today, mate. Thanks for that. You've done well at the helm there. Really well.
The men are 17 days and 1,300 miles into Captain Bligh's marathon sea voyage. They're tired, wet, and out of fresh food.
Lads aren't in good shape. We'll have to stop for a bit of sanity somewhere. And obviously rations and that. Landfall is crucial.
The food's just getting more depressing, you shit up.
Is that land? Is that land there? On the way, boys! Port side, 11 o'clock. Finally!
Yes!
The men left Yadua 6 days ago and ran out of food yesterday. The shoreline they can see is Gaua, one of a string of 83 islands that make up the Republic of Vanuatu. In Bligh's day, it was thought to be inhabited by ferocious and fearsome islanders.
Guys, going to need you to put your backs into it. The current is very strong here.
Mate, is that a canoe over there? Just past Ant, have a look.
Yeah. And are they coming towards us? Yeah. Ben?
Yes, mate?
Give me 2 cups and serve me up 2 tot of rums. Okay?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like the oldest format of like winning a stranger over and giving them a drink, ain't it?
So we are here. We want to stay here for maybe 3 days. We have lack of water. If you guys can help us, that would be great.
Luckily, Ant's crew don't need to worry.
Yeah, of course, yeah. You're most welcome.
Captain Anthony.
Ricky.
Ricky.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
The welcoming party guides them through the reef to shore.
Probably the first South Londoner they're ever going to meet. I'm going to introduce myself as Earl of Lewisham. Hello, I'm the Earl of Lewisham.
Guys, listen, I just want to thank you for welcoming us.
It's been a long time coming, this island.
Gaua is still a remote part of the world. Ricky and his family are part of a small community who follow a traditional way of life, growing their own food, hunting, and sea fishing.
Oh, look at that. That's gonna taste so good. Oh, mate, I'm getting excited.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, it's
Mate,
proper.
my mouth is just exploding right now.
Is it banana?
Plantain, I guess.
Plantain. Oh, it tastes delicious.
Is it good?
Oh, mate.
I've just been greeted by the loveliest men that I've ever met in my life. They're just the nicest guys you could ever meet. And they provided us with food. And it is unreal.
That's the best breakfast I've ever had in my life. That's including like leftover takeaways, a lot.
That's beautiful. That's all we've needed so long.
Excited.
What do you know about this, Dan?
I have absolutely no clue what it is. Nothing, never heard of it. I don't know what it is at all. Hey.
What is this stuff?
Their host, Ricky, has invited the crew to a ceremony that goes back 3,000 years.
Whenever we have a guest or we have a visitor, it's a culture to just give him respect.
They'll be given kava, a psychoactive drink made from a plant native to the South Pacific.
Malok.
Definitely feeling something, you?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
Your eyes are like half tilt.
It's thought that Captain Cook was the first European to take part in this ritual when he explored these islands in 1773.
This is us when we're happy.
Vanuatu is one of those places that you can spend your whole life looking for and not ever find it, and I think we've been lucky enough to find it.
No way. This is amazing.
The next leg of their voyage is a 1,600-mile sea crossing that will take 2 weeks or more. The crew need to bolster their food supply.
This morning we're going to be going off pig hunting. It's going to be a hard day. It's going to be about 5-6 hours. Okay, I don't want to hear any whinging, any moaning. This is where we all prove, actually, do you know what? After all the hardship we've been through and all the shit times we've been through, we can pull together as a team. We step it up from here.
This is incredible.
Village Chief Paul knows the pig trails in the forest.
They're calling out the dogs now. You can hear them banging their machetes and whistling.
Chris is struggling to keep up.
What's the matter?
Left my long johns on.
He's too hot, he's got his long johns on.
What's he doing?
Just resting, I think.
Fucking come in his long johns and that. He's been left behind on the pig hunt. I'm not lacking up. Here he comes now. Chris, quick as you can, mate. Catch him up. Let's go, mate. Let's do this.
Left me thermal top and thermal long johns on. Didn't realise we were going to be hiking up such a big incline.
Run and catch him up. Come on, mate. It's hot, you know. He just hasn't planned. He does not want to learn. I don't know what to do with him. I really don't know what to do with him.
Ben has stayed in the village, where he's helping build the foundations of a new hut. His carpentry skills have been bartered to help pay for the crew's keep.
So we just got the basic lines in for the house. It's something I've always pretty much dreamed of doing. I'd never imagined I'd get the opportunity. All right, guys, on this trip, help building villages and stuff. Hi. I remember my dad saying before I left, you'll probably get into an island and you'll love it so much you won't want to leave. I already know what he's talking about. So it's truly amazing.
On the wild pig hunt, the dogs have picked up a scent.
Look, they're all up ahead there. Running up ahead. they're still calling them, that they're gathering around like wolves. There she goes. Trying to pierce the heart, put it out of his misery as quick as possible, where you try and spear it. All that hard work been paid off, mate. Ben! We've missed you! We return, victors!
It's amazing.
Good effort today, guys. Remember what I said this morning? We've just proved it today, that hands-on as a team, with these guys as one big team, look what we can achieve.
Let's do this!
Now we're sort of less focused on surviving. It's allowed feelings within the group to bubble up, and strains and cracks are starting to show. The main sort of source of the stress and the strain is Chris Jacks.
Hey, mate.
Hi, mate.
I'm going to grab you now.
What's that?
We just the guys want to have a bit of a chat about Chris.
Okay. Oh, I had a feeling this was coming.
Yeah.
Right, guys, so I know you've got a bit of concern about Chris. You need to voice it, really.
If I knew he was going to be on that boat for the rest of the trip and he was going to be the same, I don't think I'd do it, to be honest.
Wow. It
is driving me absolutely mad.
He doesn't want to listen to anyone. It's really tough if he's not going to abide with the rules, basic rules that you lot are setting.
In the last few days, I realise now how little he does for the group, and essentially we're carrying him, and it's pissing me off.
If we was to set sail on Monday, do we have him in the boat or not? Just a yes or no.
I would say no.
Do we have him in the boat?
I would like to...
Yes or no, Ben? Yeah, honestly...
Yes.
Yes,
yeah.
you'd like to have him in the boat. Fred, would you like to have him in the boat?
No.
No. Luke, would you like to have him in the boat?
No.
No. Rish, would you like to have him in the boat?
Sadly not.
I'll make a decision and I'll consult you all before we leave. I'm not going to rest now, I've heard that. I try and give Chris the benefit of the doubt. There's only so many times I can make excuses for him, put my head on the chopping board for him. And now, if I make a decision on keeping him, then the whole crew are going to be after me. 14 days the next leg. And if he lets me down like he's been constantly letting me down, I'm gonna have a mutiny on my hands.
The crew of the Bounty's End boat are preparing supplies for the longest and toughest leg of their voyage. Purified water and smoked pork.
Once that's done, put them into the barrels and then fill them back up.
Tomorrow, they're due to set sail for Australia. 1,600 miles across the Coral Sea, a voyage that will take at least 2 weeks. Ant has to confront Chris with the crew's complaints against him.
Sit down, Chris, I want to talk to you quick. None of them want you on the boat.
Why? I don't get what have I done wrong?
The lads don't think you're a team player. The lads think you're dangerous on the boat.
That's ridiculous.
And the lads think that you're a hindrance to the team.
That's just ridiculous.
And they're just saying, Ant, why are you allowing him to get away with all this? Why are you letting him get away?
I carried the water all the way up yesterday and brought
Chris,
it back.
fucking listen! Listen to me. Listen to what I've got to say. I'm fucking trying to fucking be honest with you and help you out here, and you're just fucking talking over me and you're pissing me off. If we left on that boat now, how could you improve?
Just getting up, doing more things, what I can.
Yeah, doing as you're told. I know you're soloist and you like to do things by yourself, but this is a team. Go away for a bit and just to think about it. All right?
Yeah.
Cheers.
And then we need to make a bigger filter.
Yeah.
Apparently, you all went to Ant and pulled Ant out of his bed to tell him that you don't want me here.
I don't know if that's what's been said, but...
I don't think it's personal at all.
It seems very personal. It's really two-faced.
It does feel quite two-faced. I agree.
Two-faced, honestly, it is.
Today is a well bad day.
Before Ant can make his decision, there's more trouble.
I suppose it's not normal for me to be quiet, is it?
No, you could tell that you were in pain or something was wrong.
Yeah.
And you're not very good at telling people what's wrong, are you?
For days, ship's carpenter Ben has been harbouring a secret.
You should have said, this is really hurting, I'm very worried. You know, I'm scared.
Yeah, I know.
Ben cut his hand on the last leg of the voyage, and now it's seriously infected.
Basically, I've done it on the boat, and then I thought it would get better, but it's just been getting worse the last couple of days, which is really pissing me off because I want to obviously prove myself and not come out as lazy.
That is fucking horrendous.
It's not good.
These are your lifeline, mate, well, especially yours.
Looks bad. You can't really mess around with your hands because they're so sort of delicate. But I actually think that he's been struggling for a long time with it now.
Ceasefire, come in, this is Bounty's End.
A call goes into the expedition medic on the emergency boat 3 kilometres away.
So Ben's woken up this morning and his hand looks absolutely awful. It's all swollen up.
Yeah, roger down, stand by.
You can feel where the swelling stops and starts.
It's like a throbbing pain now, but it feels like I can feel all the tight skin on it.
How about your dexterity?
I haven't been able to touch that one in about 4 days.
Okay. It'll need an x-ray.
Yep.
Just to rule out anything. But to do that, we have to take you off.
It's a shit one.
I'll leave you to it for a minute.
Cheers, Eddie. Thanks for your help, mate.
He's off.
He's off?
No.
Fuck.
Shit.
It feels like such a really, really sad thing that's happened there. Really sad. He's just such a nice geezer, Ben. He's always just cracking jokes and he's just great for your morale, really. He hasn't moaned. You know, like some others have moaned. Endlessly moaned.
I need to go to an hospital, really. They want to get me on the IV of antibiotics.
Yeah. Oh my God, Ben, I never wanted this to happen.
No. Fuck. No, they did.
Ben's dream of completing Captain Bligh's journey is over, less than halfway through the voyage.
Ben.
Gentlemen.
An absolute pleasure having you. And honestly, mate, you're just starting to come into your own. And I'm absolutely gutted, mate, that you're going. I just want you to know you'll always be part of the Bounty's End crew. Always. Okay? Remember that. You're welcome, but always.
It's okay, mate. You'll be alright.
Make sure you do it, all of you. I will. If I could do it, I would. Have a good day though, all of you.
I don't know what to say. I feel crap. We're in this amazing place. None of that matters right now. It's Ben's gone.
Just like, he's just my boy, man. He's just my mate. Just gonna miss him loads.
The wrong man's gone, really. Chris hasn't done himself any favours on this trip.
Ant's down to 8 men. Now he must decide if he can afford to lose Chris, right before the most difficult crossing of the entire voyage. Next time, rotten food.
Oh, no.
Salt sores.
Oh, fuck.
And Luke lets go of his fears.